Hello everyone. So in our today's problem, we have to find the maximum Manhattan distance after care changes. So we will be given a string of characters and integer value. So if we copy this one, here, we have to find the maximum distance from here. Let's first understand the question. First understand how can we calculate the distance. Calculating the distance, you'll be given 4 characters, right? Like north, west, south, and east. And if I draw a chart here, if the north is there, east will be there, south and west, right? North is southwest, yeah. So if the value is north, north will be there, and then west for the west will be going there, and the south again will come here, and for the east it will going there. So if we have a look, if the value is north, we are increasing the vertical value. If the value is west, we are decreasing the horizontal value. If the value is south, again we are decreasing the vertical value. If the value is east, we are increasing. Means if we going like this, we are increasing, right? If the value is north, then the value will be, we are in zeroth position. If we have a look at the problem says you are at origin 0, 0, right? So you are at zeroth position. And if the value is north, you are going up, means 1, 0, right? So you are increasing the value. If the value is west, you are going 1 minus, right? So here the value will be -1. You are decreasing the value, horizontal value. If the value is south, again you are going down, and you are decreasing the vertical value. Again the value will be 0. It was 1, then value will be 0, -1. Again, if you are going east, you are going right, and you are increasing the value, horizontal value. So it was -1, it will be 0. So north, sorry, and S. North and south determine the vertical value. East and west determine our horizontal value. Means vertical value and horizontal value, right? That's one. If the value is north, we will do vertical plus. If the value is south, we will do vertical minus. If the value is east, we have to do horizontal plus. If the value is west, we will do horizontal minus. Like this, we can increase and decrease value. So we can simply take two integers. One is vertical and one is horizontal, right? Now here, if I have to find the distance of this string only, just the distance, so NWSC and NWSC, if I have to find the distance only, then for north, so initially our value of vertical will be 0 and horizontal will be 0, right? So if the value is north, we'll increase the value of vertical, so vertical will be 1, right? If the value is west, so here the west, we will decrease the value of our horizontal, right? Then horizontal will be -1. If this is south, so if we have a look, south is decreasing, we are decreasing the value of vertical, so vertical the previous value was vertical, the previous value of vertical was 1, so we'll do minus 1 is equal to 0. Then again, if the value is east, we have to increase the value of horizontal, so we'll do plus 1, it will be 0, minus 1 plus 1 0. So we found out how we can determine the distance or value. Now all we have to find how we can find the distance. If you have a look at the question, itself says the distance should be the absolute value. So here, what we can do, we can simply say absolute of vertical plus absolute of horizontal. So each time we have to do addition of absolute of vertical plus absolute of horizontal. Here the distance will be 0. 0 plus 0 will be 0. If it was like, for example, E and S, then E and S, right? So what I can do, I'll just do like this: north, east, south, west. So for EE, it will go two distance, and for south, it will come again one distance. So for EE, the horizontal will be 2, and for south, the vertical will be -1. If it is S, I already mentioned, if it is S, we do vertical -1. So vertical will be -1. Then the distance will be absolute of horizontal is 2 and absolute of vertical is 1. Then the distance will be 3. Addition of horizontal plus vertical. So the distance will be 3 here. I hope you got how can we calculate distance. Now let's come to the point. The question says, like, you have given the power. You have given a value of k, which is a power. So if I do one more problem, like if I say you are given a string east, and west, and you are given value of k is 1. Okay, so what does the value of k means? Value of k means if the value of k is 1, it says you have given a power, you can change only one character from this string. If the value of k is 2, you can change maximum 2 character from this string. That's the value of k means. So now, if we ignore the value of k, what will be the answer? Like here is east and here is west. This is 0, right? So first 2 character is e, so it will be 1, 2, right? Then again for the west, you have to come back here. You have to -1. So the value will be like if I say horizontal for east, it will be 1. Then again east +1, it will be 2. For west, it will be -1. Then the answer will be 1. So you have to come here, right? The answer without k, the answer is 1. Now, if you apply your power, so let's remove this one. If you apply your power, which is 1, you can change one character. Then you said, okay, I'll change the value of west to east. Then the magic will happen. What will happen? Like, again, in other case, again, all value of this character is a. So horizontal will be, we will add +1 3 times, which will be 3, right? 1, 2, and 3. So without applying the power, your answer was 1. When you applied your power, your answer is 2. Each time, if the value of 1, if the value of k is 1, you can increase 2 value. If the value of k is 2, you can add 2 into 2. If the value of k is 3, you can add maximum 3 into 2 is equal to 4. 6, you can add maximum 6. If I give you one more example, for example, your string is E, 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 W, W, right? And the value of k is 2. So if I draw it here, you're given 0 here. So for first three, you'll go like this: 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And if you don't apply your power, you have to come 2 times back. You have to do 2 minus 1, right? For first, we do minus 1. So minus 1 is equal to 2. Again, minus 1 is equal to 1. So without applying your power, your answer is 1. If you apply your power, for example, you'll determine, you'll change these two character east. Then if you do again, you'll get 5 east. So your answer will be 4 and 5. The answer is 5. Right? So I already said, like, if you have the value of k, you can simply just multiply by 2 and you got power to add 4. So if you add this 4 with your previous answer, it is 5. I hope you got it. So that's the thing. How can we add, like, how can you add your power? Now, one more scenario, if I show you, again for the same case, is west. For now, for example, you have given power k is equal to 3. Means you can add maximum 6, right? But our length is 5, right? The total length is 5. We can't use our, we can't use full value of k here, right? We can change maximum 2 value here. So you will use 4 here, right? If I show you here again, 0. So for east, I'm going 1, 2, 3, and all you have to do, you have to change the 2 value, right? So maximum I can go 5. So if the value of k is 100, it doesn't mean that you have to use this 100. If you have a look at the question, the question said find the maximum Manhattan distance at any time. Yeah, you can change at most k characters. Means you don't have to change all the characters. You don't have to use all the value of k. You can change at most of k. That's it. Now, how can we solve this question? Solve this question. For example, if I solve this question, so here if I draw the graph again, so again, north, east, south, west. So initially I will take, all you have to find, you have to find maximum distance. So initially I will take integer. One is vertical, which is 0. One is horizontal, which will be 0. And another one will be initial value of answer will be 0, right? Now, what I will do, I'll run a loop. I is equal to 0 to size of s, as the size of s. When the I is equal to 0 means this one, the length is 1, right? So if the I is equal to 0, the length should be 1. And what we are getting is like if the value of n, if the value of character is n, we have to go to the vertical, like, and add the value. So vertical will be 1, right? And the distance will be vertical plus horizontal, which is 1, and the length should be 1. So we got our distance, right? And then what we'll do, we'll calculate each time, is there any like wasted, is there any distance we are wasting, like west. So wasting means the length should be 1 and the distance we got, current distance we got, so 1 minus 1 is 0. So there is no distance we are wasting currently. Now if the value is 1, and then the length should be 2 this time. Like if the value is 1, so our current character is W, so the length should be 2, right? The current character is W. If we get W, we have to do minus 1, right? We have to decrease the value of our horizontal. So again, my vertical will remain same. Vertical will be 1, but horizontal will be minus 1. Then our current distance I got is vertical is 1 and horizontal is, I have to take the absolute value. So it doesn't matter what is the value here. If it is minus 1, if we do the absolute, it would be plus 1. So distance is vertical plus horizontal, which is 2. So currently we are not wasting any distance. So waste will be length minus distance is 2 minus 2 is 0. So there is no wastage. Again, if the value of I is equal to 2, our length should be 3 and vertical, horizontal. So our next value is south S, and if it is south, we will decrease the value of our vertical. So then our previous vertical value was 1. So 1 minus 1 is equal to 0, and our horizontal is minus 1. So current distance I found 0 plus 1 is 1, but the length should be 3, right? So our waist is 3 minus 1 is equal to 2. I found I am wasting 2 distance. I should go, if the value of I is 2, I should go 3 distance, length of 3. But I am only going 1 distance, the distance of 1. I hope you got it. So here, what I have to do, I have to check how much power I got. So what I will do in that case, my current distance is 1, and the length it should be 3, and I am wasting value of 2. So in that case, the power I got, I'll check like maximum what I can add here. So I'll check my power, and power will be, I will check minimum of the power will be what I got the power, value of k into 2. I already said like I can add maximum k into 2, or maximum of k into 2, or I can add this value, wasting value. So here my value is k into 2 is 3 into 2 is 6, but currently I required only 2. So I will take the minimum value. I will add the value of 2. So my current new distance will be previous distance, which is 1 plus Here the power I got, the power is 2, is 3, right? And again, each time I'll compare, like each time my answer will be maximum of previous answer and current distance, right? So now, if the value of I is equal to 3, my length should be 4, right? And what I'm getting, my value of horizontal and vertical. So my previous value of horizontal was -1 and vertical was 0. So horizontal was -1 and vertical was 0. And our if the value of I is 3, means it's east. East means I'll add one value with my on my horizontal. So if I add +1 here, it will be -1 plus 1, 0. So my length, my current distance will be 0 here. Now my length, it should be 4, but the distance is 0. So here I am wasting length, which is 4, minus distance 0, wasting value of 4. Now what I'll do, again I'll go to my, like, okay, if I am wasting, I'll see what the power I got. So the power I got is it had to the minimum of k into 2, or wasting value is 4. So k into 2 is 6. Oh, I need only 4, so I will take the minimum value 4 here. So the distance, it will be 0 plus 4 is equal to 4. So our distance will be 4, right? If the value of character k was 1 here, then I can add only 2 here, maximum 2. So our current distance will be 0 plus 2 is equal to 2. And in that case, if my value of k was 1 into 2, then I can add only 2. I can take 2. So this time, the maximum value, the distance 1 plus 2 will be 3. So our answer should be 3. I hope you got this, the explanation. I tried my best to explain it, each and every details. If I do with coding here, what I said, I'll initialize 3 value. One will be vertical, 0. One will be horizontal, which is 0. And my answer will be 0 again. And I'll do for int I equal to 0, I less than s dot, if it is string, blank, then I plus plus. So each time I'll check if, or I can say character ch equal to s of I, if ch is equal to and then I'll do vertical, and yeah, vertical plus plus, else if I have to check 4 times, right? In that case, I can use switch case statement. Okay, why you can switch case statement? Because I have to check 4 times, right? For example, if the value of character is west, it have to check, okay, is it n? No. Is it s? No. Is it e? No. Then it have to come to the last one. So for increasing bit time complexity, the best is switch case. I use switch. So switch for the character case. If the case is n, what I'll do? Yeah, vertical plus plus and break. If the case is, and again I will do vertical minus minus in it. Yeah, not south means vertical minus minus. I have to break description, and then if the value of character is east means I have to increase the value of my horizontal. Again, break. Here the case is west, horizontal minus one, break. Okay, so each time I got the value of the vertical and horizontal, so my current distance will be absolute of horizontal plus absolute of vertical, and each time I'll try to find what the wasted value, wasted distance. Distance will be the length. The length should be I plus 1, right? Minus my current distance. So if there is only wasted distance, my current distance here, I'll do, I'll just, so my distance will be, distance will be minimum of k into 2. Minimum I can add k into 2 or my wasted distance. And each time I'll try to find my answer is equal to max of answer or distance. And at the end, I will return my answer. So if I have look what I did, horizontal length is north vertical plus plus, south vertical minus minus, east horizontal plus plus, west horizontal minus minus. Current distance is absolute of horizontal plus absolute of vertical. Wasted is I plus 1 and distance. So distance, okay, sorry, distance will be current distance plus the distance I can recover. So what I can do, can forward, I'll find how much I can recover here, and then I will just add it here and recover. And now I have to add the can recovered value of our current distance. Sorry, current distance will be current distance. If I submit my code, thank you so much, guys.